Today we're going to go over Google Jamboard, an integrated virtual whiteboard that you can have access to simply by going to your Google Apps. You can either access this on the main Google page by typing in Google Jamboard. You can click on your app bar and scroll to where you see Jamboard, or you can type in jamboard.google.com. Once you get to the website, you're going to see a variety of jams if you've already participated in them in the past, or a blank page if you've never done these before. You can navigate to the plus sign in the bottom right corner in order to start a new jam. I'm going to walk you through this jam piece so that you know the elements that are built into it. To begin with, you can change the title up here just like you can with any other Google document. You can set a background, and if you click clear frame, it's going to clear off this entire slide. You can also utilize different types of pens. You can use an eraser. You can choose to select something. You can make sticky notes. You can add pictures. You can add a variety of different shapes. You can add a text box, or finally, you can create a laser pointer, which will eventually go away. You can also come up here to the top and you can click the next button in the navigation, which will take you to different pages. And by the way, this little triangle at the bottom right here will expand your frame bar, so you can choose to duplicate or delete those extra pages as well. When you're ready to share, you can click up here under share and you can decide who is going to have that link. So for example, if you would like all of your students to be able to edit the Jamboard so they can all participate, you're just going to change it to anyone is an editor. You can then take that link, just like in any other activity that you have done in Google, and you can copy it and you can share it to your students using Teams, Zoom, or Canvas. I'm going to show you a couple of different Jamboards that have been used in the past, just so you can kind of see what options you have available to you. As you can see here, this is a quotes and punctuation Jamboard, which has been used for an English class. The question, what do you notice about how the quotes were used, was posed along with directions here on what we call a sticky note. Now you can add these sticky notes again by clicking this button, and then once you add them, you can actually modify the size, and this would happen in live time on student screens as well. You can also turn this around if you'd like. And you can see students can choose different colors when they add their information. Now, once you have this content on here, you can choose to manipulate it in different ways. So if, for example, you want them to be split up into different groups, you could pull those ideas into different groups for student discussion, or you can even sort them. So these are, for example, different elements of what is inside the quotes, whereas here we can see that the quotes are used in specific ways to add context, to demonstrate tone. This is how we do quotes, and then this is the purpose. So we have lots of different options for how we would navigate within Google Jamboard, but all of them are going to allow us to have a live conversation with kids. Once again, it's pretty cool. The students who have this Jamboard open will be able to see these elements moving in live time. And similarly, if a student is doing it on their computer, you are also going to see it in live time as well. We're going to go back so you can see one of these other Jamboards for an economics class. This particular Jamboard here is an economics case study. So you can see here the students were studying Brazil's stagflation situation. And what happened was they built out first a timeline utilizing a case study, and they took the important details from the case study and added them to the timeline along with the results of those particular details and what was happening. They also went through and they separated their ideas into what would happen if the Brazilian finance representative were to raise interest rates versus if he were to decrease interest rates, and also some additional information that they felt was important. Remember, you can also add any pictures that you'd like if you have particular notes you would like to add in to that product. Once again, this has been a brief introduction to Google Jamboard presented by the EUHSD EdTech team.